Tell the people what's your name and where you from.
What up, y'all? This your boy B Hype the Verbal, Twista hype man since day one, and I'm from Chicago, West Side, K-Town.
Let's start from the beginning. How did you get into the music business and how did you meet Twista?
Well, Twista was the one that started us in the music. We've been friends since we was 12, 13 years old. So that's how it all started.
Could you tell us about any of the early recording sessions with Twista and what studio y'all went to, who used to be in the studio, and some of the good times y'all had early on before y'all ever blew up, you know what I'm saying?
Well, in the studio, it wasn't nothing but, me, Twista, and maybe the engineer, maybe some of the Speed Knot Masters, some of the brothers. And, we just did a lot of talent shows, and that's how he got noticed doing the talent show. And a DJ by the name of Eric the Wiz from WGCI was there. And he sent his music out to L.A. And next thing you know, it was on from there. But, we was doing a lot of street running around. Me and his brother was doing a lot of running around in the streets while Twista was always focused on the music and in the house doing what he had to do. But we was the ones in the street.
And tell us a little bit about your background, you know what I'm saying? How many kids, your mama had, how many people was in the house, like, how was it growing up in Chicago?
Growing up in Chicago, man, it was rough. It was 4 of us in the house. My mama had 3 boys and 1 girl, you know what I'm saying? And my daddy was a drug dealer, one of the top drug dealers in K-Town. So I saw a lot of drugs growing up in my life. Pimps, hustlers, hoes. I saw all that growing up. And seeing those things affected my life because I ended up doing heroin at the end of it all, and it sent me through a world of trouble. And there's a lot of stuff I just couldn't get right in my mind, but no matter what, I always was good on stage. I didn't need no drugs to do that. So it was hard growing up in Chicago, but on the west side as well, that's where we from. So it was rough. And me as myself, I got 11 kids. I got 7 boys, 4 girls. So it's been a world. I've been having a ball this whole time, even though I've been going through my troubles. I've been clean 23 years now. I had a heroin addiction that I beat, and I had to beat alone. Everybody turned their back on me, my friends, everybody. So I had to go to my family and get it together because everybody turned their back on me. Chicago, a beautiful place if you stay out the neighborhoods, because that's where it's crazy at. It's a sad thing to say, but it's a little crazy right now in the neighborhoods. Matter of fact, all over Chicago it's crazy because now they coming to the suburbs, it's all downtown, where the business is at. So it's very unfortunate right now, and we just need some help up here. Me and Twista signed our first deal in 91, and we've been going at it ever since. I took a little break because, like I said, I got addicted to some drugs. I had to get away and get it right on my own without nobody helping me because nobody helped besides my sister and my mama. So I had to get away, and that's what it is.
Let's talk about the first 2 albums that Twista put out, man. Where you was at around that time, and what role you played in putting the album together and on the road and on the tour. What was your role?
Ooh, that first album, Running Off at the Mouth. Man, we was 18 years old, man, and we were just feisty with the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? My role was, like I said, I've been Twista hype man since the beginning. So I was always there. He always fed off me. He always fed off my energy, even when writing his music. It was always just me around him because he drew off my energy when he came to writing his music. So I kept him going just by being around, you know what I'm saying? And I knew a lot of people in the streets, you know what I'm saying, to the point where it got us to certain areas where he couldn't get to, you know what I'm saying? So I was a street dude, you know what I'm saying? And I brought my brother with me, you know what I'm saying? But he had the gift to do what we needed to do to get out the hood. And I used my hood mentality right along with his gift. We combined them together, and it been on and popping.
And I heard Whitney Day talking about that she had got Twista his first deal or something like that, first major deal or something like that. Could you tell me anything about that? Do you know about Whitney Day helping Twista get a record deal?
Yeah, Wendy been around since the beginning as well. You know what I'm saying? She did a lot for T. You know what I'm saying? She was around getting them first deals in and everything. So she's 100% about everything she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But to get to the point of it, if it wasn't for me knowing the street guys, it wouldn't have been no seawall. It wouldn't have been no legit ballers. You know what I'm saying? Those labels existed, but they wouldn't have been heard of if it wasn't for me bringing my partner over to them people. And Eric the Wiz was the one that actually got his first deal with Loud Records, which was called Zoo Entertainment back in the days. And they was an all-rock group. And Twista was the first rap artist on Loud Records.
Yeah, let's talk about some of them street ties, man. What you mean by street ties, man? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the South. I'm from Florida, man. So let me know, you know what I'm saying, like what type of street ties you had, man. You know what I'm saying? Pulling them strings for Twista. You know what I'm saying?
Just gang banging, you know what I'm saying? I was a gangster in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And a couple of people that was ahead of certain labels I was under them, you know what I'm saying? So once I brought Twista around, they was like, okay, we got one of our own that's bringing him in, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't get too deep in it, you know what I'm saying? Because, like they said, the feds are always watching and listening. But we did everything legitly, you know what I'm saying? We never sold no drugs to do what we had to do to get what we needed. It's just that I just knew the people that had the money, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I meant.
I was always taught to never look down on a man for what he do. And I know some of the best musicians was on the influence of some type of drug when they was putting out their songs or their albums, man. But what would you say to, one of these musicians that let the drug overtake, you know what I'm saying, their bodies, and they don't want to work no more and put that time in the studio. They just want to sit around and get high all day, man. You know what I'm saying? What would you say to an artist like that?
Whatever environment you in, get away from it. Stay away from anybody that's doing any type of drugs that's gonna influence you to keep going. Stay away from certain people. You got to get out of the area you at. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it being in the area I was at or being around the same people. You got to change your people, your area, environment, your ways, everything. You have to cut everything off. You know what I'm saying? I went to the rehabs and everything. None of that stuff worked for me. Even going to the rehab didn't work for me. I had to literally get away and move out the city, out the town, away from people. And if y'all think them drugs make you do better in the long run, your body will not be doing better. You're going to need help with your body if you keep doing those drugs, because in your mind, you thinking it's altering your mind because you feel in a certain way. But in reality, you're really killing yourself and you're killing your cells. Anything that's going on in your body, you're killing it because of this pleasure that you thinking you may have. Nobody does nothing better under the influence, no matter what. Nobody does nothing better under the influence. I've been clean 23 years, and that's because I got away. I didn't stay here. I didn't stay around. I left the music. I left my limelight. I left everything behind. I left.
So how long you been back focusing on music and like putting out albums and, being that boy Twista Hype Man? How long you been back doing that, or you never stopped being Twista Hype Man?
I left in 98 when the Adrenaline Rush came out. got back with him in 2006. Got back with him. So I took all that time to rehabilitate myself and get it back together. So, but yeah, 2006, and I've been going hard ever since.
Have you ever had any chances to sign as a solo artist, like to a big label or anything? Like, have any opportunities ever came your way, and it's just, whatever happened, happened?
Oh yeah, I had a few opportunities, but my major label came at me was Rap A Lot. You know, that's the time around Do or Die signed with them, with the Poe Pimp and everything. And, you know what I'm saying? And we dropped the Adrenaline Rush album, and Lil J heard Corrupt World. And that was a song that I'm on the Adrenaline Rush album, which I'm considered a platinum artist now because of Adrenaline Rush. Thank you. But yeah, it was Corrupt World. And I was going to sign to Rap A Lot Records, but my loyalty to my guys was more important, you know, because they want to snatch me away from me doing what I do with Twista, and that's being his hype man, you know. And that's what my whole life was revolve around, being Twista hype man. You know, I was the Flavor of Chicago, and that's what I honored and looked at, you know, and being loyal to that position.
How did it feel to sit out for so long, you know what I'm saying, and coming back? You know what I'm saying? I know the people was happy to see you back, but, like, how did it feel, man, to sit out so long and watch Twista do shows and stuff and you not being a part of it?
That was the thing. When I left, I left. I didn't pay attention to nothing nobody was doing but myself. I couldn't pay attention to nothing nobody was doing because that would have sent me through a depression, because I went through a depression already after this, and that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I couldn't pay attention to nothing nobody was doing, you know what I'm saying? But when I came back, the embrace that I got was unbelievable, because people was like, man, where you been? Woo, woo, woo. And you know what I'm saying? His shows wasn't the same without you, and woo, woo, woo. So, man, the embrace I came back was lovely, and it's still lovely. But now it's a problem.
Man, y'all had one of the best circles, like, of all times, man. Do or Die, you know what I'm saying? Legit Ballin', Psycho Drama, Crucial Conflict, and Twista, man, and Johnny P. You know what I'm saying? That was like a mean combination, man. Like, that was like, how did y'all even come up with that type of combination? And it's like everybody had solo deals going on different record companies, like Wu-Tang or something like that. But all them boys was really affiliated, you know what I'm saying, in some type of way. And you can't forget Trackstar.
That's because we all grew up together. We all grew up around each other. We all seen each other growing up. So it's been childhood. We all been childhood friends, you know what I'm saying, growing up. So, you know, just that, you know, once the music started hitting, one person went this way, you know what I'm saying? We still all be around each other, and we still was all around each other, but Twista was, we was the first artist to sign the deal. You know what I'm saying? Me and Twista in 91. Everybody else came after that. And if it wasn't for Trackstar, none of us would be platinum right now. None of us.
How you feel about that boy R. Kelly, man? You know what I'm saying? You think he got treated right? You know what I'm saying? You think he was guilty? You think he was innocent? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know your opinion on R. Kelly, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's sad what he going through, but, you know, when you a person that's going through things in the past and this affects you throughout your life, I mean, you know, it's hard to you know what I'm saying, to understand what goes on in a person's mind like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, he is bogus. You know what I'm saying? You're a nasty motherfucker for doing the shit he doing, fucking with these little girls. He a nasty motherfucker. Let's get that out the way. But they still railroading the man, you know what I'm saying? Because it's way worse stuff out here that people was doing. And I feel like the parents should be locked up as well. It shouldn't just be him. Everybody that should be involved with him should be locked up. It shouldn't just be him. And I just think they railroading the man.
How you feel about the youngsters coming out of Chicago right now and putting out music and stuff, man? What you think about the state of hip-hop in Chicago right now, man?
I love it. I love the state of hip hop right now. The shorties doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? They making noise for Chicago. We've been telling people since 91 that Chicago got some talent in here. Y'all just can't hear it yet. But, you know, once the internet came and Chief Keef kicked it off and let people know you can do it from the crib on your computer and everything. And man, now people realize that, okay, Chicago got talent. And we've been telling people, Twista been telling people since 91. Now people finally get to hear what we got going on over here. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I have nothing against what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Some of the music I don't agree with. But hey, I'll put it like this. You got to move with the time, with the shorties. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much a shorty game right now. We got our OG status going on. But like I said, it's a shorty game right now. And to be honest, the only thing that got me upset right now is that my partner Twista letting Buster and Spliff take our shine because they stole our whole show. You know what I'm saying? Me and Twista was together since 91. Buster and Spliff got together around 94, 95 and stole our whole stage show and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them, but boy.
I mean, how did you peep that out, that Buster and Spliff stole y'all whole stage show?
Like I said, Buster was with leaders of the new school when me and Twista was doing our thing all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody snapping like that but Flavor Flav. And that's who I studied, Flavor Flav. You know what I'm saying? So Buster, you got to realize Buster's switched his whole flow up and everything, trying to be like Twista. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know this. Come on now. You know what I'm saying?
I remember the so-called beef with Thuggish Ruggish Bone, like back then, where you was around that time when, you know, Twista was dissing Bone with Do or Die and stuff.
I was right there, right by his side. You know what I'm saying? Even when we dissed Naughty by Nature in the beginning, I was right there. You know what I'm saying? You got to realize I'm his hype man. You know what I'm saying? I was his hype man. I wasn't considered an artist. You wasn't finna hear me on songs and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I was played my position, being his right-hand man, his backup. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I just knew how to rap. And then, you know, eventually it came out. You got to realize people didn't look at me as a rapper. They just looked at me as a hype man. I just know how to rap too.
So y'all had a beef with Naughty by Nature?
Oh yeah, we got a Naughty by Nature ass. They came to Chicago and had a whole sit-down meeting so we could squash the beef. Cause motherfuckers was calling the label, letting them know, man, we finna fuck y'all up. Y'all come here. Y'all dissing Twista, man. Y'all dissing the whole Chicago. And Chicago didn't play that. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me about some of them conventions from back in the days, like in the 90s and stuff like that, man. Like Jack the Rapper or whatever little conventions they used to have up there and stuff. Like, tell me about a convention, man, because I know people want to hear a lot about conventions, Freakniks, Daytona, old stories, man. You know what I'm saying? Throwback.
You know, events like that back in the days, you know what I'm saying, like one of the special ones was called the Gavin, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, Jack the Rapper, all that, you know, those were the events where rappers or entertainers from all over the world can come together and you wouldn't have no problems. No violence, no nothing. Everybody networking, they having a good time, they partying, you know what I'm saying? It's like Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? It's like the South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? That's another one, South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? Artists from all over the world. You know what I'm saying? And you meeting different type of genres of music, and it's so inspiring. You know what I'm saying? To see and hear other type of music besides what you're doing. You know, and then you're around people that it's comfortable. You know, they doing what you're doing. You're asking questions. Like I said, it's a big old network of.
Give me a crazy tour story too with Twista.
Crazy tour stories is going overseas to Iraq, performing for the soldiers and everything. That was a good experience for us, you know what I'm saying? So I'm real deep into those, you know, taking care of the people and doing stuff. And that was our way of giving back to our people and our country and our state. Is going over there.
Have you ever had the pleasure of meeting Common or Kanye or R. Kelly or some of them big A-list artists from up there? You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I had the pleasure of meeting them all. You know, Kanye at an early age, in the beginning of his career, you know what I'm saying, when he just real inspired to get it popping because he got so much confidence in himself. Common, you know, Twista and Common was the first artist to sign deals in 91. So we all, you know, me, Twista, and Common, we was always around each other in New York. We always bumping into each other when we doing the label stuff and he doing his stuff with his label. So, you know what I'm saying? And Kale's, you know, we used to go to his crib and kick it with it at his, you know, at his parties and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the man throws the most amazing parties in the world. Amazing. And he'll sit and perform in his living room. You know what I'm saying? And it just be so amazing, man.
I wonder why Twista didn't never sign with Jay Prince, man, because I thought, like, when Do or Die first came out, you know what I'm saying, Twista was really part of the group or something like that, but I always thought, you know what I'm saying, Twista could have signed a deal with Rap A Lot or Jay Prince had him sign some type of way.
Nah, he was never part of the group. He was just featured on a song. You know, like I said, we all grew up around each other. You know what I'm saying? But Lil J did have interest in signing T, but we was dealing with Seawall at the time.
Yeah, man, I like reminiscing on them old days, man. Tell me about how it was, man, walking inside them labels, man, inside the offices, man. You know what I'm saying? What would you see? What was the round table? Y'all used to go sit at the round table, like how they used to treat you. Then they used to, like, you know what I'm saying, hand them checks over the desk, like how that stuff was, man, back in the days, going to New York at the offices, man.
Real excited going to those offices, man. You know what I'm saying? It felt like you was doing something. You finally made it. You know what I'm saying? When you go to New York, because you know all the labels was there in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like Twista always had a saying. You know, New York, California, you can walk to the label. Chicago, we had to fly. So that's why a lot of artists didn't get noticed out of Chicago because they weren't able to fly. You know what I'm saying? But in New York, going to the meetings, going into those offices, seeing them plaques on the wall of some of your favorite artists, man, it was just very inspiring. You know what I'm saying? And it made you feel like everything you're doing is worth it, or you going in the right direction.
How you feel about all these rappers' paperwork coming out and people snitching on the dead and all this ratting going on, all this ratting being exposed on social media right now, man? You know what I'm saying? How you feel about all these rappers coming out, man, and they rap sheet ain't clean and they done ratted on people and they make a little song, get a little noise and, you know, paperwork surface on them, man. How you feel about that?
This generation suck. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. They have no loyalty towards each other. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it's no guidance. They don't care about what they talking about. They really just going after the bag. They don't have no morals. None of that. They're a bunch of drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? The drugs making them lose their damn mind. You know what I'm saying? They all phony. They not real. You see Ghana? Imitation. They're imitators of street people. No, they are studio gangsters all these artists, they studio gangsters, and they so quick to shoot somebody because they can't fight. These rappers in here telling on each other and this and this and that. All this stuff is for clout, but they don't realize it's real street niggas out here that don't approve of nothing that they doing. And the police and the feds, they do it on purpose. They put the paperwork out there for our people to see so we can kill each other. Because they know blacks, we hate each other, so we kill each other. Which is the stupidest shit in the world, but it's the truth.
Then you got all these rappers coming out as gay and stuff like that, like Lil J, you know what I'm saying? He from Chirac, and they catching him, you know what I'm saying? Got boys sitting in his lap, man, and stuff like that, man. How you feel about these rappers coming out as gay and stuff like that? They get a little buzz and stuff like that and run their numbers up.
It's a funny world right now, man. It's crazy, you know. I guess they feel like, you know, if you gay, you know, you'll get more. What can I say? A bigger fan base or something. I don't know, because you know the gay community is very strong. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But look, I say to each his own. You know what I'm saying? If you come out, you gay. Hey, be gay. You know, do what you have to do. My thing is, do what you have to do to take care of your family. But don't do clown shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of clowns out here. And I think everybody out here doing clown shit to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Painting their nails and, you know what I'm saying? It's just going too far. With the dressing, with the tight clothes, and you know what I'm saying? I thought women wore tight clothes, but now the men wearing tight clothes, they want you to see their frame, and from a far distance, you'll think a man is a woman. Yeah, you get so far, like I said, men painting their fingernails. Like I said, from afar, you think a man is a woman from a distance because he wearing clothes that's fitting his whole frame. Like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? So it's disgusting to me, but like I said, to each his own. My new mixtape will be dropping real soon, called More Than Just a Hype Man, because I am more than just a hype man. I'm an artist as well. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple singles I'm about to drop real soon coming out, called The Town, and one is called My Dog. So, you know, I'm still doing my music, you know what I'm saying? But now it's about me. You're going to feel Be Hyped or Verbal. You know what I'm saying? It's all about me, and I'm doing me. I want to give a big shout out to Dumb Out TV. We going dumb stupid on this here. Let's get it.